We made it. 2:02. Okay, well, I started on time. Always start off with a little humor, right? Keeps us going. If you don't laugh, you'll cry. Hey, Congress finally agreed on something. April Fools. Can't believe I fell for that one. Okay, we'll have a coin toss to start the game. Anyone got a coin? Nope, not me. What's a coin? We could use my debit card. You swapped your wife's hairspray with spray paint for April Fools, and you're still alive. Not a good idea. My teacher says little girls can grow up to be anything they choose. Why did you choose to be an old lady? That was a resident submitted cartoon. Ah, this is great sleeping weather. Of course, at my age, what is it? I agree with that. Okay, calm down. That's not whistling. They're wheezing. We should start referring to age as levels. So when you're level 80, it sounds a lot cooler than just being an older person. Might be something to that. I used to rock around the clock. Now it's more like limp around the block and go to bed at 9 o'clock. Old age is when it takes you longer to get over a good time than to have it. Be careful on Fiesta night, right? Getting older has some benefits. Call it a senior moment and you can get away with pretty much anything. Probably a true story. I'm not old. I got up this morning and was able to lift my arms, move my knees, turn my neck. Each action made a snap, crackle, or pop. So I concluded that I'm not old, I'm just extra crispy. It's better to grow old with a sense of humor than to grow old with no sense at all. Truer words were never spoken. Yes, that was very loud, but I said I wanted to hear your heart. Resident submitted. Don't blame me for that one. This one I found. It's cleaner. Support group for first pancakes. Everybody always screw up the first pancake? I do. I'm glad to know they have some place to go. I see my kids' laundry. In the ink blot. After answering the 975th phone call today, Matilda was taken to the hospital for an emergency operation. Poor thing had the phone attached to her. Yeah. This is the door at the planning department. A lot of faith I have in that department. It keeps me from looking at my phone every 2 seconds. It's not a bad idea. How does my morning look? I live that some days. Weird. You don't usually see old guys taking selfies. If I hold my arm out here, I can just about read my phone. So there you go. Question. We were told that construction would continue on Saturdays for the duration of the project. I have not seen any Saturday activity lately, but there was construction noise on Sunday. Are the construction crews working on the weekends? The comedy has stopped, by the way, just so you know. I'm kidding. Saturday work continues as needed, weather permitting, for the duration of the construction. Most of the work is occurring inside the dining room. We're really pushing to get the Laurel dining room finished. While work may not take place every Saturday, especially in the courtyard, interior work was completed this past Saturday. But there was noise on Sunday, and we were going to bring them here and cane them in public, but we decided to educate them instead. And that was done by a general contractor, and they won't do that again. Question. This question is about the roof on the extension to the Laurel and the new walkway in the Preston courtyard. I understand that from the first floor, the corrugated metal material will be a ceiling with fans in it like what is outside the bistro. No problem. My question is about the corrugated metal material from above the first floor. Those of us who live on the second through fifth floors look down upon that roof and will see the corrugated metal above. Will that metal be covered with some kind of solid and flat material like cement? If it stays that way it is now, it's just going to be rows of troughs filled with water and dirt. Well, we will work on that with the design team. I'm not sure the answer to that question right now. My understanding is that's the what we're supposed to get. If that's all we get, then we'll keep it clean. Will the two parts of this sidewalk entrance eventually be aligned? No. Yes, it will be. So this, I call it the cottage cheese sidewalk, really bothers me. And I never yell really, but I was upset about the quality of it and the surface that it turned out to be. We're going to replace it. It is our intent to replace what they call pervious concrete with solid concrete and create a wing sidewalk that will attach and will straighten that out at the end while not sacrificing a parking spot. So I didn't want to lose a parking spot, but I do want to align it better at the end so that nobody's going to trip and fall. We'll have it painted as well when it's finished. That sidewalk was put in because we've run out of impervious cover on our site. And that concrete is pervious, but if you noticed, it's a real rough surface. And so if you have a walker with tennis balls on it, by the time you're at the end of the sidewalk, your tennis ball is gone. It's like walking on a cheese grater. Yeah, not good. And if you fall on it, I recommend you pick up your feet and walk. That's the best solution. But if you do fall, it's going to scrape your arms and legs really badly. So I asked the city for a variance. I said, this is senior living. We need to do something better with this sidewalk. And common sense prevailed, and we're going to replace it with a solid concrete sidewalk. At least the main path, the heavily used path will be replaced with regular concrete. When we do that, we'll build the wing sidewalk to connect it, level it. Question, my car was in its spot when the subcontractor parked his truck. An associate from security had to enter through the passenger door, crawl over the console, pull the car out for me. Could a simple type of barrier be positioned to prevent this from happening? We have addressed it with the contractor and don't expect it to happen again, but if it should, we will put a barrier in place. And that's just common sense, really, which is in short supply nowadays. Can you please explain to, there's no please, sorry. Can you explain to us the construction project and how it will connect to Preston and Windsor better and where the additional amenities will be? I feel like I've covered this quite a bit, but anybody interested? Okay, raise your hand if you want me to do this. Well, there's quite a few of you, okay. Here it is. I'm gonna walk and point. So this is the first floor of the Preston. This is our current lobby, right? The circle driveway. We're adding a vestibule between the circle driveway and the lobby. We're going to work and put some public restrooms here. And we're going to create a workroom here. And we're going to turn the fire alarm panel to sit in that workroom. And then this work is the new cocktail lounge for the Laurel Dining Room. This is the west courtyard. The contractor calls it the south courtyard. We call it the west. The new dog park is here. This is that pervious concrete that we're going to replace. No longer has this little loop. It's straight. This is outdoor dining that'll be off of the cocktail lounge. This big hole is where the generator sits. The new generator for the Preston will power the entire Preston if the power goes out. We have all the air conditioning heating still. There's a new corridor that we built. This is outdoor dining, so you can enjoy meals out here. This is opened up, so the view from the lobby is all of this, much more attractive. There's a corridor that runs along the outside of the dining room and cocktail lounge. So no more going through carts and contractors and all those folks through the middle of the dining room. The new wall, there'll be a half wall that runs the length of that corridor, and it'll have arches on it. Be very attractive. As you go down this corridor, then you'll enter, this is the elevator on A wing, and then more corridor. So remember, we had apartments here that were difficult to sell. If we have difficult to sell apartments, those were probably them. We really didn't have too much difficulty selling them, but their view is the carport and a retaining wall. Not great. So we've taken that space over, and that's going to be multi-purpose space and activity space for crafts and things like that. Ruth's office, all of that's going to move to this location. There's also some more restrooms. This is going to be where our new art hallway is going to be. As you go around that corridor, this has been my biggest eyesore here at Westminster. It is the Harris Bell Hall elevator at the ground level. And I don't like it because birds poop on it and stuff, and it's just nasty, dusty. So this new hallway takes that in. That new corridor is going to take that in. It's going to condition the space, and then it'll connect B wing with A wing. And then our new conservatory is here, and it sits into the courtyard about 24 feet from this wall. It goes right there, the edge of it. These holes, ponds, they're not swimming pools.
Koi ponds.
They're not koi ponds. Great idea, didn't think about it, no. Those are like big planter boxes for live trees and plants to grow in. That'll be part of the new conservatory. So you'll have some actually, green live plants producing oxygen inside the conservatory, and air conditioning comfort that you can enjoy kind of being outside while you're inside. That's what the conservatory is. Corridor. So you keep going down this corridor. There's a connection to B wing. There's something they call a speakeasy, which is really just a place to get together with your family or friends, and it's just another meeting space. You could do a wine tasting there, a little party of some sort. And then as you go down this corridor, which is a new corridor that's being built underneath the parking garage that we had, this is a new theater. Public restrooms are here, some more. A new theater that has a floor that inclines towards the little stage area, screening area. And you'll be able to watch movies there. It'll be like a real movie theater with recliner seats and stuff like that. Be a great place to sleep for your husbands, and the wives can watch a great movie. And then we can keep walking down the hall, and then the new game room with a bowling alley is located right here. And a game room, so arcade, basketball, foosball, bowling, pinball machines, some arcade games. Stuff that your great-grandkids would really enjoy doing with you, if you could tolerate them long enough to do it. But I think you can. So that's just a new space. Is that typical in most senior living communities? No. But that's okay. We like blazing new trails, right? Yeah. One of the reasons we want to do this, I visited my grandmother in nursing home and assisted living, and it was kind of boring just sitting in her room with nothing to do, right? We wanted to create some destination spaces for you to have fun with your families and friends, and that's what this is all about. New coffee shop, cafe is right here across the hall. This these spaces, so this space and the conservatory have what's called nano walls, and they can open up. So if we have a big event, we can open up all the walls and we can kind of enjoy the space, the outside with the inside and everything. So like for kickoff parties that we do for Alzheimer's and things like that, Alzheimer's fundraising, maybe a big gala for our 60th anniversary, stuff like that, which is next year, right? This is our new day spa. I think I've talked about that. The spa that we currently have will be combined with the fitness studio, because the fitness studio, we've outgrown it. It's not big enough, it needs to be bigger. And the salon that we have is really not big enough either. We have a great massage room, but the esthetician wants to use it quite often, so there's a little bit of debate between the two. So the new day spa has both. It has 2 rooms, one for massage and one for esthetician. Next. You keeping up with me so far?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Second level of Preston. First floor of the Windsor, because we like to confuse you all.
Yes.
This is the conservatory. It's just open, right? It's just open air. It's 2 levels, the conservatory. On the second floor of Preston, this is our new chapel, right? It's a small chapel, but it's really dedicated to being a chapel only, right? You have other meeting spaces that you can use for meetings. We pick up a new library. That's right here. This is the old library, which will become a music room. And I've already bought some records. And if you all have records you want to donate, love that. But that's going to be a great place to listen to great music. The library will be twice the size that it currently is. It also has a new tech room, IT room, that will be available for residents to bring their issues, their electronics to, and we can help them with it, and the committee can help them as well. New guest room here. This is the bridge that connects A and B wing. This is Mr. McEwen's apartment. Poor Mr. McEwen that's been living in Windsor for quite a while. There's some other residents as well. Mr. McEwen gets his apartment enlarged just a little bit to meet the new library. All right, 3rd floor Preston, 2nd floor Windsor. So this is the top of the conservatory, right? Bless you. This is raised planter beds that provides a little separation of this deck area to the apartment that's here. There's raised planter beds here. We removed these skylights because we decided we wanted the deck space. So all of this is going to be deck space outside of Harris Bell Hall. So Harris Bell Hall is going to have a new receiving area. And then this is Harris Bell Hall. It doesn't get changed a lot, but it loses all of the storage closets at the back. And then we put in another set of doors. So we'll have 2 sets of doors back there, and then we get the rest of that space. And then it'll have a pre-function area as well, which will help with functions. Because we really max out this room when we have large events. The storage, so this is underneath or above the library. We'll get new electrical room, storage room, and then a new ramp that takes you up to the club room, which is right here. And these are the sports courts. So multi-sport court, pickleball, basketball, whatever you want to play out there, or not. Also, I forgot to mention, this is a sports simulator, so a golf simulator that's being added as another amenity. And that'll probably keep the husbands awake. So maybe they play golf while you watch a movie or something, or vice versa. The club room is really right here. It has mostly glass that's overlooking the new sports courts. And this is the balcony area that's out here, which is not very well used, so we're going to add some shade to that as part of this project. So hopefully it'll be more used. And I think this area, the clubhouse, and all of that will add a lot more reasons to come up here. There's been questions about a billiard table and ping pong table. There will be one that can be used for both purposes in this clubhouse space. That's also a great place to play cards or games or whatever. Any questions so far? All right, I'll move on. Thank you.
Looks great.
Thank you. Yeah. Question. Residents in the Preston are interested in having personal storage accommodations in the Preston building. Have you determined a space in the Preston for storage such as in the other buildings? We haven't determined the space yet, but we are aware of the opportunity, and we will be addressing it after phase 4 is completed. So this expansion phase is expected to be completed at the end of the year. All of the building will be finished. Maybe we'll have electrical for the generators to be done still in January, February, but all the construction. So in the first quarter of next year, we're going to solve or at least try to work on the storage situation. But I don't know what the answer is yet. Sorry. You shared a slide at the WRA meeting about Westminster's financial strength. Some of us found it confusing. Could you explain in more detail what the numbers mean? How many felt confused by the slide I showed at the Resident Association meeting? How many don't want to admit it? No, I'm just kidding. How many want me to go over what the numbers mean? Raise your hands like you mean it. Okay, all right. Enough people that I will. So all the green is good stuff, right? Put simply, it really means that Westminster is performing extremely well, one of the best senior living communities in the country, believe it or not. I believe it. I've been here a long time, so I'm a little biased. Financial ratios is what I was talking about. Like the operating ratio. What is the operating ratio? It shows how much of an organization's operating revenue is used to cover operating expenses, indicating overall operating efficiency. So our number, the number that I shared, was 90.76. The CCAC median, which is the industry benchmark median value for financial metrics based on data from CARF, accredited continuing care retirement communities, right? So that's the median that everybody's hoping to achieve or beat, right? So you can see that our operating ratio is 90.76 and theirs is 97.92. Lower is better here, right? So we're doing a great job. Net operating ratio measures how efficiently an organization generates operating income from its operating revenue, showing whether operations result in a surplus or a loss. So ours is a surplus. 7.08%, which is higher is better, which is higher than the CCAC median of 6.42%. Net operating margin adjusted shows the percentage of operating revenue that remains as surplus after adjusting for one-time or non-recurring items, reflecting ongoing operational profitability. What do you think what that item might be that affects our operating margin? Entrance fees, right? A lot of you paid entrance fees. Everybody paid an entrance fee. And so that is operating revenue. So it comes in and that gets calculated in this adjusted margin. So the first number I showed you is Westminster's compared to the CCAC median, right? You can see that we're in all three of those categories, we're doing extremely well, much better than the median. Unrestricted cash and investments to debt, so I showed this number. Measures an organization's ability to cover its total debt using only its unrestricted cash and liquid investments. Our number is 87.85%, so the CCAC median is 69.80. So again, we're doing much better than the CCAC median. Our days cash on hand, this is one that really confuses people. What does that mean, days cash on hand? It's the number of days an organization can continue paying its operating expenses using only the cash and liquid investments it currently has. So that means like if you all stop paying your bill tomorrow, how long, how many days could Westminster continue to operate without that revenue? And we're at 916 days, which is incredible. That's incredible. The CCAC median is 297 days. So if you ever doubt, sometimes I hear doubts that, and I know that there are senior living communities going bankrupt, one in Houston recently. And sometimes I think you're a little concerned about whether or not your family or your estate's going to get the entrance fee that you paid in, right? Does that happen sometimes? You worry? You really don't have to worry about Westminster repaying that entrance fee. It will happen. We do not put people in a queue. We sell your apartment. As soon as we sell your apartment and we get the next entrance fee on your apartment home, we refund within 60 days your entrance fee. So if you paid a 90% return of capital, you're always going to get that back. And this is just should reassure you that we have the cash available to meet our obligations. Days in AR. So I do talk in abbreviations, and I apologize for that. It's just kind of being in the industry as long as I have been, I abbreviate everything. But that means days and accounts receivable, right? So that's money coming in, you all paying invoices, your statements. Days and accounts receivable is the average number of days it takes an organization to collect payment after a service is provided or an invoice is issued. And so we're receiving our revenue in 9.6 days. The industry median is 19 days. So better than half, really. This one confuses people too. Average age of facility. So a lot of people think about, well, the Preston's 59 years old, right? We just could put lipstick on a 59-year-old girl. No, that's not really the case. It's the average age of facility represents the average number of years since an organization's buildings and major facilities were constructed or last significantly renovated. So all of the renovation work that we do and all of this reinvestment into our buildings and our infrastructure and the projects that we're doing, even though they drive you nuts at times, it really keeps us young. It keeps the Preston young because we're constantly reinvesting into the buildings and the infrastructure for the campus. Buying new vehicles and replacing, vehicles as they age so that we can avoid those repair costs. Any questions about financial ratios? No. Did I explain it well?
Yes.
Anybody confused, you come see me after, okay?
Thank you.
We're doing great. That's the main thing. So some updates. This is a 5-week look ahead. Is everybody receiving these?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yes.
And you're able to get them through the portal, and also you can look at the construction cameras. They're pretty entertaining at times. I'm not going to go through all of this detail, but you'll be able to see it on the portal. We're making a lot of progress. Most of the sheetrock work will be finished by middle of May, so that's really good on the Laurel and the activity spaces. So we really are making a lot of progress. I have some pictures I'll show you as well. Some updates from plant operations. Preston B Wing first floor closure. So we're going to be closing down a section of B Wing between, it's about 4 apartments, between the elevator and the end of the hall. And we'll be posting memos. This will likely occur Wednesday or Thursday of next week. I don't think we're going to make it by 4/27, but the project will take about 2 weeks. Don't walk down this area if you don't need to. We're going to be basically busting up concrete there and digging into the dirt and getting to some broken pipes, and they're nasty pipes that have to be replaced, and I'll just leave it at that. Fire drill, that was today, I guess. No, it's not today, it's tomorrow. 2:30 p.m., that's for healthcare and assisted living. It's just a drill. JCI, they were doing quarterly fire alarm, sprinkler, and standpipe inspections. That was today. And hot tub temperature, we're aware that the sensor needs to be replaced and we've ordered it. Replacing all elevator plastic push buttons with stainless steel, that's been completed. We did that at the recommendation of the elevator contractor because y'all are breaking the plastic ones, and that apparently is a lot of work orders. So, hey, try not to hit them with your canes. If you have a cane, push on the button, but don't hit it with your cane. Carlisle elevator number 2, I received a couple emails about needing to replace the Carlisle elevator number 2. It was scheduled for maintenance. There was a memo that went out. But thank you for the emails, nevertheless. So an elevator update. So as part of our due diligence, I talked about this, of our elevator systems, we requested that our new elevator maintenance service contractor evaluate all the elevators and address all the issues, bring them all up to standard, and make recommendations for better and more dependable operations. We also embarked on a process to complete any and all outstanding preventive maintenance issues that may have been discovered through their assessment and the elevator consultant. Remember, I hired an elevator consultant to come in and evaluate. So we did all of that. I'm happy to report today that we have completed all of the upgrades, all of the maintenance, preventive maintenance on all of the elevators, and knock on wood, they seem to be running better. But we also made a change to the operation of the Carlisle elevators. Elevators 1 and 2 were connected, and they weren't working independently of one another. And what they were doing was making unnecessary trips. So if you press the button, it would pull both elevators to that location, and it was creating. So one of the reasons we ran out of wear on the belt that needed to be replaced, it went to 1 million trips, was because of this function that they had set up in the system. And so it really caused the elevators to make more trips than were necessary, and it was really causing wear and tear on the elevators. So we separated those. That means your wait time at the elevator may be a little longer by a few seconds. So we went from 28 seconds on average to 35 seconds. Not much, and it should improve the operation and longevity of the elevator and hopefully prevent the elevators from going down as often. So we did make that change. One of the things that one of the residents mentioned to me was if you watch, you can call the elevator that's closest to your floor, and that will speed up its reaction time. Yes, sir.
I've been in other buildings where the two elevators are together, and only one of them comes and the other one doesn't. You tell me these are not able to do that?
These were not. They were not doing that.
There's no way to make.
Apparently not. Not with these similar elevators. Some of you may have noticed, but we replaced one of our Lincolns with the Buick. There's a picture of Deborah with the new Buick. We plan on replacing the other 2 Lincolns this year with 2 more Buicks. We've had the Lincolns in the shop several times because of the doors trying to fall off. Did you know that? True story. You can cut that part out for Lincoln lovers, but so we're getting Buicks. These are, we believe, much more dependable vehicles. They don't have the same hinge problem, and we drove one for about 30 days. Everybody seems to like it, so we'll replace the rest of them. This is a picture of Buildings Committee tour of Phase 4, and I have some progress photos just so you know we're making progress. I don't want you to think that this is the new Preston lobby finished. It is not. It's a temporary construction wall. What we're trying to do is open up that west side, right? And we'll eventually, the next month or 2, be moving the Preston reception desk to a new temporary desk that's already in place. And then we'll start demo of the old Preston reception desk. Here's some pictures of the inside of the Laurel dining room. You can see that little round area where the ceiling is round. That's where the new kind of wood feature that will be facing the lobby as you walk in. It's really going to be pretty. We actually have moved past this. Now we have glass that's gone in, but this was when they were waterproofing basically in preparation for the glass and to be able to start the sheetrock installation. So we're trying to, we are controlling the humidity in the space, and we have HVAC, air conditioning in the space. So we can start the casework in the next week or so and keep moving. These are new sliding doors into the Preston courtyard. You can see the air conditioning ducts hanging down. So you can kind of see this is where the dog park is being located. You can see that pervious concrete, see the roughness of it. That's, it has holes in it, and that's supposed to allow rain to get through it. And so that was a way that we were trying to provide pervious cover and allow the rain because of the impervious restriction in place. So we're gonna probably keep it at the dog park area because it's not as highly trafficked, but the main path from the parking area to the entrance will replace with the regular concrete. And that was a variance from the city, and we thank them for that. This is the hole that a lot of people think is a pool. This is the hole for the generator. It's a big hole, but it's a big generator. If you think about it, it's got a diesel tank that sits underneath of it that will provide, so it'll provide 4 days of diesel fuel for the generator by itself. But what we're doing is we're taking that diesel and we're mixing natural gas with it, which will allow at least 7 days of runtime for the whole building. So if we ever lose power for, if the city of Austin has an issue that goes down for any reason, we'll have up to 7 days of runtime. And it'll run every system, every air conditioning system, every heating system, all your electrical outlets, everything. And that's the plan for all 3 buildings. Sorry, this is a dining room, multi-purpose corridor. So this is a picture of the new corridor that's coming. Lots of natural light into it. This is the Windsor parking garage. You can see the plumbing in there. Those the stubs of plumbing coming up through the concrete slab. Those are locations of the public restrooms that I just showed you a few minutes ago. So really making a lot of progress. Congratulations to Judy Noodleman and Robbie Osley for being named 80 over 80 class by Family Elder Care for 2026. Very cool ladies. Volunteers, great volunteers. Appreciate. How many of you are volunteering for something at Westminster or outside of Westminster? Lots of you, right? So we have a volunteer pin for all of you to pick up on your way out today. Thank you all for the volunteer work that you do. I do quite a bit of volunteer work myself, and I find it very rewarding. Congratulations to those ladies for winning that award. We won some awards ourselves. 2026 USA Graphic Design Award for our new website. Has anybody visited our website? Probably not, because you all live here. But it's new. It's really cool looking, apparently. We also received the Platinum Award for 2025 Westminster Book Festival. And then I mentioned Judy Noodleman and Robbie Osley here. And then we are winning, we should receive in May at an event, Leading Edge Texas 2026 Excellence in Community Impact. It's really about our charitable efforts and supporting Alzheimer's Texas and the other things, and the Texas Culture Change Coalition and all the things that we support around the community. So this is a little video about that.
For nearly 60 years, Westminster has practiced a culture of generosity, giving time, talent, and dollars to fundraise for our family of residents and associates, but also for our neighbors community-wide.
In 2025 alone, Westminster donated $350,000 to 32 nonprofits for both local Austin causes and statewide.
Our partnership with Alzheimer's Texas is something that is very near and dear to our hearts. Since the 1980s, Westminster has raised more than $2 million to support research for Alzheimer's. 100% of the funds raised stay right here in Central Texas. And those funds go towards a 24-hour helpline, caregiver support, education, and resources. Every year, Westminster nominates a group of associates and residents who come together to help fundraise for Alzheimer's Texas. We have a silent auction, but everyone's favorite is the Westminster Dog Show. Community impact is not always measured in dollars. It's about the spirit of giving that comes naturally to the residents here at Westminster. Westminster's tuition reimbursement plan has helped so many associates return to school while still working full-time.
When the board created the CARES Foundation in 2025, the purpose of it is to provide a vehicle for philanthropic giving that has a much greater impact on the community beyond Westminster. It's going to have an impact on veterans, the disabled, people who are isolated, those entities that are providing quality care to senior living facilities.
Through meaningful partnerships and resident leadership, our spirit of generosity is more than just a tradition. It's really become a shared purpose.
Okay, Spirit Week. How many of you participated? All right. Thank you very much. And I have pictures to prove it. Some really good looks out there. I love the furry vests. So that's Blue and White Day, right? This is Tie-Dye Day. We all did quite well. Danny barely made it. He put a little tie-dye shirt on. Sports Team Day. Crazy Socks Day really got crazy. Look at the bottom middle there. Those are all glued on items. Good stuff to keep with you though. Superhero Day. I love this. The Mendenhalls dressed as Pat and Tippy Wright for their superheroes. Hawaiian Shirt Day. That's a good look, really. Yes, Animal Print Day. Max Sherman said he was going to sue me over that picture. All right, let's do our drawing, shall we?
Yeah.
All right. You trust me to draw?
Sure.
Stir them up. What do you want to do? Gift baskets first. All right, gift baskets first. Sarah Bentley. There she is. You can only win once, right? Okay. Darn it. Oh, is that right? Probably made people mad last year when somebody won. Magnus. Apartment 2242. Magnus. That's a price we pay. Kathy Morgan wins the basket. All the way in the back. That's a lot of baskets to carry around. Did I drop one? Oh, those blew off. Those blew off. Those blew off. Yeah, I put two over there. All right. Now we have gift cards. Okay, yeah, that's right. Good job. All right, a $59 gift card to what?
Just Visa card.
Oh, just Visa cards, okay. Chin, 468. They have to be here. Chin, 468. No? why so many people are here today. Thompson, C502. Thompson. There you go. That's our hero.
I never win anything.
You never win
It's a
anything.
lucky day.
Congratulations.
No.
Me neither.
You probably treat me.
Okay, so this one doesn't have a name, but there is a number, so check your card, check your tickets, 201352. 201352. I'll give you a
You
minute.
got it?
No,
Nope. Oh.
201352. Bingo. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. 201352.
No.
Wait,
It is you? It is you?
It's us.
201352. Check the numbers.
Yeah, check the number.
Let
Check
me
the
see.
numbers.
It cannot be.
What, not?
No, it's 351. This is
Oh, so
352.
So close. It's so far away. Good job, Maria. Can't put one over on us.
Those railroads.
Yeah. Paget, C532. Paget, I saw him. Yeah, there he is. Good job. We have one more?
Yes.
One more gift card?
Yes. And that one.
Oh, there's two?
No, one more.
Oh, one more.
That's that.
Mendenhall, number 10. Whoa! How about that? Gift card right here.
Can we check that 352, because it's on one of these two tickets? On one side it says 351. on the
What
other
kind
it
of
says
game are we playing
352.
here?
No. Let me see.
We have a judge review here.
They were just stuck together. Look on the other side.
Oh, it was made from factory. Look at this
That's
mistake.
what you get for buying Chinese tickets.
I'm
Just kidding, just kidding. You can't, well, I'm glad they're not running the bingo game. Yeah, that's right, 201352. Is that one right? You have any? We will get you a gift card, I
We'll get you a
apologize
gift
for
card.
that. Yes.
Don't buy stuff from Amazon.
So you owe them a gift card.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry about that. All right, big money?
Yep.
Okay, we have two?
Three.
Or three, okay. $590.
Whoa.
Yeah. Sarah Rathgaber, apartment 1000. I don't think she ever comes to my chat. Not that I take that personally or anything.
Let's put them in the top.
Do they have to be here? Oh my. Climber, 453. Climber, 453. There's a winner. Good job, thanks for being here. Thanks for the support.
No. No. There we go. Thank you.
Okay, Tom Ward. Tom Ward.
Mr. Ward Inspector.
We have a winner. Yay, there you go.
Yay.
Last but not least. Come on down. Price is right. Remember that? We should do that sometime. Congratulations, Mr. Ward.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Take a picture, Mr. Ward.
Did you write all these down for me? Thank you. Congratulations. All right, the last ticket for this drawing, Smith, number 132. Apartment 132, Smith. Come on down.
Oh!
All right. That worked.
Wow. Did you have one of the big ones?
Yes.
You did, you got one of the big ones.
Westminster Cares. It's a donation.
Oh, well, thank you very much. That's very nice.
How do we work it out?
Picture.
That's a good question. I'll have
Picture
to talk
first
to
and
the
then we
accounting
deal about
department.
it.
We'll figure it out. Thank you very much. All right. If you have any of these in your refrigerator or freezer, please return them.
Whoa,
I won't say who, but somebody had 12 in their fridge.
no way.
They're not yours to keep.
No
Word.
way.
Star cards. Don't forget to fill out star cards and thank people for going above and beyond. Also, please make sure you fill out comment cards in the dining rooms, the restaurants, because those are used to rank your servers, your hospitality ambassadors, and their ratings matter when they get their incentives, right? So they get paid based on your positive feedback or negative feedback, for that matter. And that's all I have. Thank you all very much. Happy anniversary. See you next time. Happy hours next. Enjoy yourselves. I didn't want to do that first because, you know, I didn't want to get. Don't forget your volunteer.